opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
To the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Josh Hennig filling in for Billy Schwein along with Nick Earnshaw in Nick Earnshaw's backyard. We are up here at, well, I'm looking at the river, but it's more than just the river. It's more than just, we're up here in Camden County, Nick, but we are here for the Down in Derby Wine Festival, filling in for Billy Schwein, who is down in, I can't believe I'm saying this, Billy is down in Florida for his daughter's cheerleading competition championships. A sentence I never thought I would say, Nick.
Josh, good to be with you on this beautiful Saturday morning at the Cooper River Park for the Down and Derby Wine Festival. It's a beautiful morning, a little windy, but it's a nice day, and we have some great races going on today in Kentucky. We're going to get into that a little bit later. And yes, you're in my neck of the woods. This is my area. You're coming to my town. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of exciting stuff to talk about today. Phillies, hey, they got it done last night, all right? Listen.
They did.
They got it done. The bullpen has looked better as of late. They've looked a little bit better.
Don't get your hopes up.
I'm just saying. And we have some great guests on the way, too, Josh.
Yeah, still to come. Well, Jeff Nash is already here.
He's hanging out with us.
Handicapper.com. Also, in the second hour, we'll hear from Lou Cappelli as well. And, of course, the legendary Tony Black will join us in less than 30 minutes from now. And, of course, folks, can check us out. Text board is open. We'll check it throughout the day. 609-403-0973. Your thoughts on the Phillies this weekend. Getting a little revenge against the Diamondbacks, right? A little revenge. And, of course, we are live on my YouTube channel, The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig. Search either of us on YouTube or just look up N. Earnshaw Radio on the X platform. So we're streaming on all the things.
Yeah, we're in a lot of locations today, Josh Hennig. A lot of locations. We're at a different location on site, and then on the line, we're on YouTube, we're on X, we're everywhere.
So let's get to the Phillies game a little bit last night. Because, you know, last night was a very interesting game for the specific reason that when you asked Rob Thompson a question earlier this week, Nick, he gave you a very perplexing answer.
He did.
And first of all, I want to verify, it was a good question.
Yes.
Okay, it's not like you asked him some like flippant, stupid question. But here is your question from the other day. And I think that the answer to this question, we saw it play out last night in the worst possible way. Take a listen, folks.
Is there a chance he's going to get more opportunities against left-handed pitching in that role?
I think so, but I still want to keep Sosa going, you know, and Wilson and those bench guys. But he's swinging the bat great, and he's getting on base. Rojas is swinging the bat great. You know, I was trying to get Stevenson in there, but it's tough to get him in right now because Rojas is so hot.
Well, you got Stevenson in there, and you look like an idiot. He looked like an idiot at the plate. He looked like an idiot in the outfield. And at some point, I appreciate the fact that Rob Thompson is a player's manager, Nick. I appreciate the players love him and that he's great at handling the egos and stuff. But at some point, the dipwads who work in the front office, okay, Preston Mattingly, who's the most boring interview in world history, Dave Dombrowski, who's the greatest know-it-all of all time.
Tell us how you really feel, Josh.
They got to have a conversation with Rob Thompson and tell him, Rob, we appreciate that you follow our instructions, but the new instructions are this. Stop worrying about Cal Stevenson and the bench and just play your best players every day.
Yeah, I wish I should have asked him a follow-up. So I'll give myself a B- for that, for not asking the follow-up to that question in the press conference on Wednesday night. But yeah, it's interesting that he threw Cal Stevenson in there. And the original point was regarding Bryson Stott leading off. He's batting around 300 when he leads off this year. I mean, he's been really good. And you know me, I'm a Schwarber guy in the leadoff spot. So I wanted to find out, like, all right, since Stott has been pretty good in that role, why not give him an opportunity against left-handed pitching? Why not give him a shot, right? But then he started talking about, all right, we got to get other guys in the lineup. Sosa, Rojas. Rojas looked great last night. I'll get to that in a second. But there's no reason that we need to get Cal Stevenson in the lineup. And he did not look great defensively. His at-bats were mediocre at best yesterday. So I'm not loving trying to get everybody in. You know, this isn't Little League. You're not trying to get everybody in. You're trying to win ball games and go win a World Series, okay?
Right.
So I think last night was perfect regarding Rojas and Cal Stevenson. Stevenson starts the game in center field. He gets in the lineup, and Rob Thompson wasn't kidding when he answered that question. And he gets in the lineup, and there was one play in the middle of the game. I can't remember exactly what inning, but I tweeted out during that play, he turned around like 3 times in center field. Then he dropped the ball right at the warning track. And I was like, Rojas would have made that catch. And then you saw late in the game yesterday, Johan Rojas go out and make a massive catch that essentially saved the game.
And by the way, can we remind people what Rob Thompson said, the reason why Rojas didn't start yesterday? I got to play that because – so the conjecture was, just to remind folks, because of Rojas's base running, I don't want to even say it an error. I would just say over-aggressiveness, okay? Let's call it that,
yes.
All right? You know, because I was saying yesterday on 97.3 ESPN, Josh Hennig next to Nick Earnshaw live at Camden County is where we are at today, filling in for Billy Schweim here on 97.3 ESPN, the Down and Derby Wine Festival. I said it yesterday, Nick. I don't want to tell a guy like Nick Rojas to not be aggressive because you don't want to discourage a guy's competitive edge, you know?
Right.
You know, but yes, him getting the triple was a bit of like a, cringe kind of thing. It's like, you know, you tell a basketball player, don't shoot it, then he makes it, you're like, all right. So the theory was, well, did Thompson bench Rojas? And then Thompson gave this explanation yesterday. And I feel like this explanation lines up with the answer he gave you, Nick, the other day when you asked him, which was originally about Stott, but turned into Cal Stevenson.
So Rojas is out of the lineup tonight?
Yeah, just a day off. Might give him another one. He's kind of got he's played every day. And he's got some body soreness, just general. But he's fine.
So it has nothing to do with the third last night? Did you talk to him about that? How did that go?
Great. It's just about a situation. And, in that situation, just wanted to stand up.
It's admirable that Topper wants to take care of his guys, Nick. But at some point, if he had body soreness yesterday afternoon, he's got a lot more body soreness after running in the wall after last night.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
So is he not going to be in the lineup today because of body soreness? Like,
no, I mean, that was a nice way of saying, yeah, we're going to sit him down today for making that mistake, the base running mistake the other night.
Again,
get down 2 runs. Hey, what are you going to third base for? Come on, it's bad baseball IQ. It's just bad baseball IQ by Rojas.
Again,
he's been great lately, Josh.
Yeah.
He's been great.
Again, and that's why I don't like calling it a mistake, because I feel like what you're doing is you're taking somebody and telling them, telling them bad, when it's not really bad. It's just they don't have the presence of mind. You know what I mean? To me,
it's a teaching moment.
Yeah, it's a teaching moment for Rojas because, one of the problems I've noticed in sports sometimes, especially at the youth levels, right? You'll have a coach who is too intense or not intense enough, right? And you get the coach who's not intense enough, you get an athlete who's a competitive guy, right? He wants to win all the time, and the coach will be like, oh, you need to back it off a little bit, So, I never want to tell Rojas, don't be competitive, don't go out there and compete. But it's more about explaining to him, in this situation, in this moment, in this game, don't do this. So I thought it was pretty petty, honestly, that they even sat him last night, because I don't need to see Cal Stevenson.
No.
Yeah. I don't need Cal Stevenson ever again in my life on my baseball team unless there's a legitimate injury reason.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. There's no reason to sit Rojas last night. And, it was a mistake. I mean, and Mike and you and I have talked about this before with Rojas. He has a low baseball IQ. He makes stupid mistakes like that. Not all the time, but it will happen. And, you know my thoughts on the bunting. I can't – if I get and start getting into the bunting thing, I'll lose my mind today. And I might have to take a walk down the Cooper River and just take a stroll because I can't watch him bunt anymore. But Johan Rojas, he's been really good. I mean, defensively he's made some mistakes. He just makes some boneheaded decisions sometimes. You probably shouldn't have benched him yesterday, but you made the right decision in putting him in late in the game, and he saved the game for you. He can do that. He's had a wild season overall. He's been fun to watch. It's been crazy to watch, but that's just who Johan Rojas is at this point.
So the Phillies got the next 2 games with the Diamondbacks. They won last night, by the way. We should point that out.
Yeah.
It was good to see Schwarber.
Yeah, they did win.
Yeah, it was. I thought the biggest.
We're upset, but they did win.
I thought the biggest thing from last night, though, was Schwarber's getting hot.
Yeah, again.
And I think that is going to be the key because you know who's not hot? Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper's not hot. He's swinging. And I pointed this out. We talked last night getting ready for today's show. He's swinging and missing at a lot of breaking balls. Like, he's just missing, and he just looks off balance at the dish.
Do you think he's just not seeing the ball out of the hand well? Like, what do you think that is?
I don't know what it is. Honest, I don't know. He's just missing on pitches, and he looks off balance at the plate. And I know there's been talk, he's not having a lot of fun. I don't think it's that. I just think he's going through what every ball player goes through, a little bit of a rut to start the season. Remember, it's getting nice out. We're at the Cooper River Park for the Down and Derby Festival. It's beautiful. It's going to be hitting season soon, Josh.
It's going to be hitting season. The only problem with hitting season, though, is that, hitting season's in the summer, right?
It is.
Red October's in the fall.
Yeah.
So is this team just going to go cold when it comes October?
History tells us. History tells us that's what happens. They get hot in the summer, and then they fall apart when it gets a little bit colder out.
All right, so I'll get my hopes up. Got it. He's Nick Earnshaw. I'm Josh Hennig. We're filling in for Billy Schweim here in the locker room on 97.3 ESPN. We are live from the Down and Derby Wine Festival in Camden County. The Cooper River is across from me, along with a couple Canadian geese. They're just chilling over there watching us for some reason because I guess we're their entertainment for the day. We want to let everybody know the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance and protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents and brokers, lenders, home builders and developers, and attorneys to facilitate real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, from shore to center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information about Surety, call Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900.
All right, you've got to get to La Scala's Beach House. La Scala's Beach House in Brigantine opened a couple of summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites just like your grandma made. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, daily specials, and game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's, open Thursday through Monday, 1400 Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat.
We are live at the Down and Derby Wine Festival in Camden County. They're getting set up for what's going to be a great day here on the Cooper River. But coming up next, it's Jeffrey Nash from FastlaneHandicapper.com joining us here on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort, from trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Hey, Nick Earnshaw here. Is your driveway or parking lot cracked, faded, or just looking worn out? Give it new life with R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. For over 14 years, they've been protecting driveways and parking lots with top-quality seal coating that lasts. Their expert team uses premium materials to seal, protect, and enhance your asphalt curb appeal and add years of durability. Don't wait for costly repairs. Call R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating at 609-513-4375 for your free estimate. R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. Seal today to last tomorrow.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Lowe's helps refresh your garden in time for Mother's Day. Right now, get 5 bags of 1.5 cubic foot Scott's Naturescapes mulch for just $10. Plus, select 1.5 gallon annuals hanging baskets make the perfect gift. Now 2 for only $15. The best garden starts with great deals. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/7. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Well, you know Billy Schweim is not here today because the music is very different here on 97.3 ESPN. Josh Hennig filling in for Billy Schweim alongside Nick Earnshaw.
That was okay. That was all right. That wasn't bad.
I actually didn't prep for that. I just had to do it.
I don't think anybody can prep for that the way Billy says it. Nobody can.
But Danny Ryan, by the way, back in the studio playing the music. So, no, Billy is with his daughter. They are at a cheerleading competition in Orlando, Florida. Best of luck to AG and all the teams down there. Obviously, you know, for those who don't know, cheerleading is actually a competitive sport.
Oh, it's massive.
And it's one of those sports where it's like you don't realize how massive it is until you go to one of those events.
Yep.
And Billy just had that moment this morning where he's texting us at 7:30 in the morning, losing his mind. Josh, there's thousands of people at this convention center.
That was a solid impression. Yeah, I mean, the fact Billy's up at 7 o'clock, that's something in itself.
Well, he's living that dad life.
Yes, he is.
Which is something that I think our guest now, Jeff Nash from FastlaneHandicapper.com, I don't think we would have ever thought Billy would be living the dad life at 7 o'clock in the morning at a cheerleading competition, did we?
Well, you know what? I was a cheer dad in my day when my daughter was in high school. It's very competitive. It's a lot of fun, and the cheer dads have a lot of camaraderie. So go, Billy. Enjoy it.
So, Jeff, you are here, obviously, not just because you're a friend of Billy Schweim. You know, you got that moniker living for you. But also, FastlaneHandicapper.com is where people need to go to, not just for the Kentucky Derby, but for year-round horse racing information. But obviously, the big event is tomorrow. So, Jeff, let's start with this. Weather forecast for today. Not looking good for the track at the Derby. What is your take on how that's going to pan out for the field?
You know, horse racing nuts like me sit and watch AccuWeather to see what the track weather is going to be like. It does look like rain. Now, is it going to be that sloppy track that's going to truly impact some of the horses? Maybe. but unlikely. So we'll see. You got to play it by ear, and in a situation like this, you may want to hold off on your bets until you see what the track condition is like.
Now, I want to ask you, Jeff, thanks for sitting down with us. We really appreciate your time. It's going to be a wet track, obviously. You said you're on AccuWeather all day long, right up until race time. Which horses are you looking at that can run the best in that mud, in that wet track?
Handicapping tells you that horses that like to run up front have an advantage because horses don't like to have mud kicked in their faces. So the horses that are early pace setters would have an advantage. Some horses are bred for a sloppy track, and they would have advantages. But these are great horses. These are the top 3-year-old horses in the entire country. They will most likely run to form irrespective of the track condition. So I do weigh it as a factor here, but it is not as definitive as if you did not have these great horses running.
We're talking with Jeffrey Nash from FastlaneHandicapper.com. Here we are at the Down and Derby Wine Festival in Camden County. So with that being said, obviously before we get into any horses, one of the other storylines of this week has been the return of Bob Baffert. Arguably one of the greatest villains in sports. I mean, the man, he looks like a villain, he talks like a villain. You either love him or you hate him. But it should be noted, he does have a horse in this race today. Not 2 horses, he's going to have 2. So talk about what happened with that.
So Bob Baffert is, as you say, one of the great trainers of all time. He has won 6 Kentucky Derbies, would have won a 7th Kentucky Derby, but his horse Medina Spirit in 2021 was found to have drugs in its testing. So they disqualified Bob Baffert and then suspended him from the for 4 years. So he has not had a horse running in the Kentucky Derby for 4 years until today. They lifted the suspension. He had 2 horses entered. 1 horse was scratched. But he does have a horse in this race that, as I said, might take to the sloppy track, and that is a front runner named Citizen Bull.
Now, according to my very lucid research, so you can correct me if my information is incorrect, but Citizen Bull is on post 1, which has not won the Derby since 1986.
Right.
So what is the significance of that slot and having maybe historically not won in that many years?
Yeah, that's a really good point. The 1 spot is traditionally not a great spot to start from because in this race you have 19 horses that are running. So when the gate opens, all 19 horses will be charging from the gate. Some horses will shift to the rail, and that would squeeze in the horse that happens to be in the 1 spot. The benefit of being a speed horse, though, for Citizen Bull in that 1 spot is that he has this incredible burst of energy out of the gate. He may run faster than the other 18 horses in the race and take a lead early and not get squeezed at the rail.
Now, really quick, before Nick asks, how do they pick who's in what slot? Is that like a random lottery? Like, how does that work?
Random lottery. They pull the numbers out of a bowl.
Oh, it doesn't get better than that.
I mean, that's just appropriate.
It doesn't get better than that. Just randomly pick them. I want to talk about one of the favorites, Journalism. Tell me, I mean, he's been sired by a horse in Curlin that was renowned for performing well on wet tracks. Does that change today at all? Is Journalism for you one of the top horses today to win?
Actually, Journalism is my pick to win this
rain
or not. And I normally don't like to pick the favorite in the Kentucky Derby because it is such a crapshoot as to who's going to win.
Yeah.
There are so many variables. But this favorite will not be a low money favorite. In other words, right now his early odds are 7-2. So for a $2 bet, you get back $9. That's not a bad investment. The past performances of Journalism are so outstanding. What I like to see in a race that is as long as 1.25 miles, which is a long race, is what in the past has that horse run in a final quarter? What is his down the stretch time? And Journalism has outstanding final quarter times in the last 4 races, and that's why he won those last 4 races.
A horse I'm interested in is the Son of American Pharaoh, Luxor Cafe, 3-1 on wet tracks. Could that play into a race like today?
The problem with Luxor Cafe, I think he's the 7-horse today, is that he ships from Japan. No horse in the history, the 151-year history, or the 150-year history, this is the 51st, has ever won this race from overseas. The closest that we came to that was in 1971 when Canonaro II shipped in from Puerto Rico. But no horse that has run in England, Japan, Australia, any of these other jurisdictions has ever won. Having said that, it's inevitable. One day these horses are going to win. The talent gap has closed over the years. These horses coming in from Japan, like Forever Young last year, are getting better and could be a factor. So, yes, we have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I wanted to ask a follow-up, and you kind of answered it. Like, with all of these international horses coming in, just from your perspective, how has it grown over the years with all the international horses now racing over in the States?
Well, I think that the international horses are making a lot of money overseas, so there's no great need to come into the United States to run unless you're running in the Kentucky Derby. Right. Because to win the Kentucky Derby or any of the Triple Crown races enhance the value of that horse as a sire. And so you will start seeing horses come in from overseas and taking a shot.
Another horse I'm curious about, Burnham Square. There's a lot of money in Vegas coming in on that horse, and we know how that works. When the sharp money comes in, the odds start moving, but they haven't moved that much, even though a ton of money has been brought on that horse. Is Burnham Square, is that a horse that we should keep an eye on, or is that just people with a lot of money throwing it around?
Well, people with a lot of money don't just, they have reason to bet that horse. I think that he is well situated for this race. He's what's known as a mid-pack horse. He's not going to be too far behind. He's not going to be burnt out as an early pace setter. He will be situated in the middle of the field, and come the stretch, does he have enough energy to pass the fading horses up front? Possibly. He should be considered.
We'll have more with Jeffrey Nash throughout the show here, but still coming up, we're going to talk with legendary jockey Tony Black coming up on the other side. Josh Hennig, Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim in the locker room here on 97.3 ESPN, with the first hour is brought to you by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents and brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate real estate purchases. Surety is an industry leader in all kinds of so many categories. The entire process from contract signing to closing, a team of experts to help you every step of the way. From the Surety Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call Billy Schweim's friend, Ron Conklin, at 856-988-8900.
All right, let me tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann and Associates at 609-263-7422. Whether commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, or financial planning, divorce or financing, and more, the professionals of John A. McCann and Associates are licensed and ready to assist. Call 609-263-7422. We have Jeff Nash, we have Josh Hennig, Nick Earnshaw here at the Cooper River Park in Camden County for the Down and Derby Wine Festival. We have Tony Black on the other side, so don't go anywhere, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, we'll look back at the Phillies weekend against the Diamondbacks and start to look ahead to their series down in Tampa against the Rays. Mike McGarry takes a look back at the weekend, plus football at 4 with Jeff Mosher, Knicks Nuggets, Ryer Cy, all that and more. It's all coming up on Monday's show.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemick. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemick sent you.
Tax season at Tom's River Volkswagen means we're paying the sales tax. Yeah, we've got over 1,000 vehicles on sale and we're paying the sales tax. Tell that nasty old tax man to go straight to Tom's River Volkswagen or Tom'sRiverVW.com because we're paying the sales tax.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Get your tickets now for the 5th Annual Down and Derby Wine Festival on May 3rd along the beautiful Cooper River in Pennsauken. The Down and Derby Wine Festival is featuring the region's premier wineries, food trucks, and music by your favorites, Goodman Fisk Band and the Lally Brothers. Don't miss the 5th Annual Down and Derby Wine Festival, presented by the Camden County Board of Commissioners, and visit South Jersey on May 3rd along the beautiful Cooper River in Pennsauken. Find out more and get your tickets today at visitsouthjersey.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
By the way, I am Kendrick over Drake. Just letting you know.
I am neither. I like both of them, so I like music from both of them. This is a great return, by the way. It's not the Police because Billy Schweim is in Florida today. As you and I, Nick Earnshaw, Josh Hennig filling in. Jeff Nash has also joined us from FastlaneHandicapper.com, and we have a great guest coming up, Josh.
Yes, this guy is not a fugazi like Drake. This man has raced and won over 5,200 races, Nick. It is the legendary jockey Tony Black joining us here on The Locker Room on 97.3 ESPN. Tony, we got Josh, Nick, and Jeffrey Nash from FastlaneHandicapper.com. How you doing today? Well, listen, winning that many races is an incredible accomplishment. Obviously, in recent years, you were inducted into Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame. For you mentioned all the races you ran in, though. What was the key for you to prepare to run in that many races over that period of time?
Hey, Tony, this is Jeff Nash. I want to say, first, it's an honor to be on the radio with you. In the horse racing world, especially in the Delaware Valley, you are iconic. I have won many, many times with you, so I want to thank you for those earnings. And it's a great pleasure. This has made my Derby day. I think the jockeys are more fit than just about any athlete there is in professional sports. They are strong.
We're talking with legendary jockey Tony Black here on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. Josh Hennig, Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim here at the Down and Derby Wine Festival over here in Camden County. Tony, you mentioned about, you need to be fit, you need to be in shape. For you, how, I'm sure, the diet was a big part of that. So talk to us about, is that, what was your diet when you were a jockey? Was it something you maintained year round? Was it something you just did leading up to the races? How did that set up for you?
We're talking with Tony Black, legendary jockey from the Delaware Valley on the Toms River Sports Hotline. Hey, Tony, it's Nick. I want to ask about today's race. There's a chance that it's going to be a muddy race out there. Talk to me about your experience in racing in different conditions, whether it's rain, etc. Just talk to me from your experiences on that. Right. Right. Tony. Wow.
Well, we've been listening to the legendary jockey himself, Tony Black, here on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. Tony, we appreciate you joining us, the stories. We hope you get to enjoy the Derby today. We look forward to hearing from you again in the future. You heard it right there. Thank you. Tony Black joining us. Thanks you for joining us. Tony Black joining us on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. Well, Jeff, you're the handicapper. Is that a good exacta?
It's a great exacta, and you never doubt Tony Black. What I am adding to Tony's pick, I'm going to remove Sandman, which is dangerous, and I'm going to add Citizens Bull for a couple of reasons. One, I believe He was the 2024 Horse of the Year. He ran a bad race in the Santa Anita Derby, ran too fast down the backstretch and got blown out by Journalism and Baeza in that race. But I think he's going to come back. It's a Bob Baffert horse. You never discount Bob Baffert in these big races.
And he's back. And Bob Baffert's back now.
And back and angry.
Yes.
And and that is a dangerous combination. So I'm gonna predict that Citizens Bull's going to run up front with some of the other speedsters in this race. Journalism will stay mid-pack, and Sovereignty, as Tony said, is an outstanding closer. So I'm going to go with those three horses, but Journalism winning the race, Citizen Bull and Sovereignty second and third, or third and second. And I'm also going to look at the three-horse Glitter Final Gambit. It's a long shot on the board, inexperienced, only 4 races, but in his last race, he circled the field from last, winning the race by 3 lengths. It was only a grade 3 stakes race, but it was a highly competitive race, and he just, when you watch the video of that horse circling the field, you have to be impressed. I think down the stretch he's going to get into those exotics. So those are my 3 plus a long shot.
Really quick, just on Final Gambit, is it true he's never raced on dirt before?
It is true.
Wow.
Now his breeding is, his sire is not this time, so he is bred to take to the dirt. What I question is, why did his connections not put him on dirt before this race? To start a race and win the Kentucky Derby as your first start on dirt is a tough ask, but I think the horse does have talent, well bred, and should be ready to go.
Jeff, great insights today. We really appreciate you joining us here. It's great information. For more, go to fastlanehandicapper.com for everything you need on the Kentucky Derby, as well as all horse racing. Great stuff today, Jeff.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you having us, and I hope everybody comes out to Cooper River Park today. It's going to be a beautiful day and a lot of fun, and there's nothing better than handicapping when you're drinking New Jersey wine.
Listen, I always tell people, there's a lot of people, and I'm not saying just because we're here at the Down and Derby Wine Festival, New Jersey is some of the best wines on the planet.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
I am a wine connoisseur, and I can tell you for a fact.
He's not
kidding. It's very well known.
He's not kidding.
I literally have an app that tracks all the wine I drink. But like, people always talk about California and France and Italy, but the New Jersey soil is very, very unique, and it's a great fertile ground for many different kinds of wine. So for those out there, if you have not had Jersey wine before, you're really, really missing out.
Yeah, I agree. Jersey wine. There are a lot of great wineries in Camden County that we're very proud of.
We are live here at the Down and Derby Wine Festival in Camden County. Here, Josh Hennig, Nick Earnshaw, filling in for Billy Schweim here on the Locker Room on 97.3 ESPN. The first hour of the Locker Room has been brought to you by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement service for home buyers and sellers. Real estate agents and brokers, lenders, home builders, and developers, along with attorneys to help facilitate real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, from the shore to center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. There are 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA to help you. That's Surety Title. For more information, call Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900.
All right, let me tell you about the Jersey Man, Philly Man magazine. Just about everyone in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia Eagle Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract 200-plus top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or call 856-912-4007. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number 1. You're listening to The Locker Room with Nick Earnshaw and Josh Henning, Danny Ryan back in the studio right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Right nearby, right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from the Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them the Locker Room sent you.
Another checkup? Why are so many people getting new puppies?
Dr. Kim's veterinary office is littered with cuteness.
We are booked solid for weeks, but who can say no to a puppy, right? Oh, who's a good boy?
She needs to find extra vet techs to get those pups some extra love.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Get your tickets now for the 5th annual Down and Derby Wine Festival on May 3rd along the beautiful Cooper River in Pennsauken. The Down and Derby Wine Festival is featuring the region's premier wineries, food trucks, and music by your favorites, Goodman Fisk Band and the Lally Brothers. Don't miss the 5th annual Down and Derby Wine Festival, presented by the Camden County Board of Commissioners, and visit South Jersey on May 3rd along the beautiful Cooper River in Pennsauken. Find out more and get your tickets today at visitsouthjersey.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
You got to let it ride for a minute there. Although I'll remind Danny that he's going to curse in the next line, so you might want to turn that down. Danny Ryan back in the studio pulling up my favorite rapper of all time.
YouTube said instrumental and did not provide me with instrumental. Not my fault.
Listen, it's no police today. We're having fun on the aux back there, Danny. I love it.
I'm not going to lie to you. My heart sunk a little bit when I heard the lyrics come through.
Yeah, I was starting to get a little worried there too. But you're a professional. You potted it down. Danny Ryan back in the studio. Me and Nick Earnshaw were filling in for Billy Schwein here in the Locker Room, live from the Down and Derby Wine Festival in Camden County. We got the Canadian geese are no longer across from us. We have actually human beings looking at us.
There's wineries from all over the place here on the Cooper River Park, Down and Derby Festival. I mean, they're getting everything ready to go for today. It's beautiful. A little windy, but it is beautiful today here in Camden County. And thanks to Jeff Nash from FastLaneHandicapper.com. Fantastic. Tony Black on the Toms River Auto Group hotline.
Tom's River Volkswagen
hotline. And, it was a fantastic interview. He provided great insight and some great stories as well.
You know, what's crazy is because he talked about how it's different today. He says, the mud is and the track is much more kept today. I think that's a big part. I mean, the guy said he was racing in the 70s, for goodness sake. So, if you have a guy racing in the 70s, he's telling you, listen, 50 years ago, we don't have the same problems today. It kind of makes you wonder, is a messy track going to have as much of an impact on the race today, Nick?
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating. I can't wait. 6:57 tonight, the Kentucky Derby. But on the other side, Josh Hennig, we have to get a little negative. Again, we started off a little negative of the show. We got to get even more negative with Mr. Negadelphia on the other side.
I'm sure he's got something to say about this Philadelphia Phillies team. Along with Nick Earnshaw, Josh Hennig, live here in Camden County for the Down and Derby Wine Festival as Jeff from Ocean City. We saw him earlier today.
He gave us some gifts.
He dropped off some Gatorade for us, but he said, Josh, you've broadcast in almost every South Jersey county, which is true. I'm now missing out on Salem.
You one more.
Call me.
You need one more
to complete the whole gambit. But yes, the Negadelphian joins us next on 97.3 ESPN. We are live at the Down and Derby Wine Festival in Camden County.
Get your tickets now for the 5th Annual Down and Derby Wine Festival on May 3rd along the beautiful Cooper River in Pennsauken. The Down and Derby Wine Festival is featuring the region's premier wineries, food trucks, and music by your favorites, Goodman Fisk Band and the Lally Brothers. Don't miss the 5th Annual Down and Derby Wine Festival presented by the Camden County Board of Commissioners and Visit South Jersey on May 3rd along the beautiful Cooper River in Pennsauken. Find out more and get your tickets today at visitsouthjersey.com.
The Peace Lily is so last year. Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air. Who's up for that challenge? No?
She needs to hire a floral designer to nip foliage faux pas in the bud.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. But not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Lowe's helps refresh your garden in time for Mother's Day. Right now, get 5 bags of 1.5 cubic foot Scott's Naturescapes mulch for just $10. Plus, select 1.5 gallon annuals hanging baskets make the perfect gift. Now 2 for only $15. The best garden starts with great deals. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/7. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Are you a driven sales professional with 1 to 2 years of experience? Whether your background is in auto, motorcycle, cell phone, B2B sales, or any other field, if you're ready to elevate your career, Town Square Media South Jersey wants to meet you. Join our team of passionate sales professionals and work alongside Joe and Jana from Cat Country 107.3 and Mike Gill from 97.3 ESPN and be part of our growing media and digital advertising sales department. We are seeking individuals with a strong work ethic, a commitment to success, and a proven track record in commission-based sales. Ready to make your mark? Apply in person at our hiring event on May 6th from 4 to 7 p.m. at our offices at 950 Tilton Road, Suite 200 in Northfield. Can't make it? Apply online at careers.townsquaremedia.com. Town Square Media South Jersey, where sales careers take off. Come to the hiring event on May 6th from 4 to 7 p.m. at 950 Tilton Road, Suite 200 in Northfield. Town Square Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They got him again!
Sixers.
Bang! It's good! Ball game!
And Flyers.
Tipped in front of the net!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
To the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Josh Hennig, Nick Earnshaw continuing to fill in for Billy Schwein here on the locker room here on 97.3 ESPN. Billy's in Orlando, Florida for his daughter's cheerleading competition. Billy's being exposed to an entire world he never knew existed.
He's hanging out with Mickey and Minnie down there.
Oh, no, they're not there.
I know, but they're at the ESPN Worldwide of Sports, right?
Yeah, they're but I think...
Still Disney.
It's technically Disney,
Still
yeah.
Disney.
I still think it's funny that I'm literally telling Billy I know somebody down there. I actually know somebody, and Billy just like whistle and waves at me.
Well, aren't you Mr. Popular, Mr. Josh Hennig, Mr. Every county almost except for Salem and South Jersey?
Yeah, I broadcast now from every county in South Jersey aside from Salem. But right now, we got to go back to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline, where we got the Negadelphia and P.J. Corda, sponsored by Galloway Pool Service. Not happy with your pool? Call Galloway Pool Service at 609-204-6939. In business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. Now we go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline, and we welcome in the Negadelphian, PJ Corda. What's up, PJ?
How are you guys? How are you?
Doing great, PJ. All right, I see you're in your Eagles jersey. Listen, the Phillies, they got a win last night. I mean, they've been winning some games lately. They haven't been pretty. We're going to start with the fight-ins. Your general thoughts on what's going on in center field with Johan Rojas. That's where I want to start with you, Mr. Negadelphia.
Okay, so, look, he's had a few hot games here. He's hit the ball a little bit. It's all right. But, like, at the end of the day, the Phillies are like my golf game. One thing gets good, the other thing falls apart. It's not like it's very inconsistent. Like, you know what I mean? Like a few weeks ago, I was sitting up here and I was saying, our big starters are hitting. We don't have any issues. Harper's doing great. Now Harper's not doing great. The other guys are. It's like we got to put it all together here. You know what I'm saying? We're never going to shoot under par like this. We're never going to shoot under par with this team.
That's a fantastic comparison, Mr. Negadelphia. I want to talk about the top of the lineup, and I had an opportunity to go down to the game, got to ask Rob Thompson about starting Bryson Stott in the lineup at the top, right? And they've been mixing and matching with Schwarber at the top, Turner, Stott. Stott's really only seen right-handed pitching. Had an opportunity to ask him about that. And he kind of just wants to get more guys into the lineup. I mean, and then he veers off and talks about getting Cal Stevenson into the lineup.
PJ, you got to hear the answer, because I feel like if there's ever an answer the Negadelphian is going to hate, it's going to be, and you can hear in this audio, Nick's question, okay? The question is one thing, but Thompson's answer is something completely different. Take a listen.
Chance he's going to get more opportunities against left-handed pitching in that role?
I think so, but I still want to keep Sosa going, and Wilson and those bench guys. But he's swinging the bat great, and he's getting on base. Rojas is swinging the bat great. I mean, I was trying to get Stevenson in there, but it's tough to get him in right now because Rojas is so hot.
Your reaction, Mr. Negadelphia, to that answer?
Yeah, no, if something has some kind of progress, let's get some guys in there that can't hit the ball this way. That I get where he's going with that. I see what he's doing there. He's like, hey, if we see something works, let's get them out of there. Let's try something else. Maybe they'll fail. Like, that's the idea, I guess. I'm confused. I'm like, oh, is the goal not to win? Spring training's over, right? Like, aren't we done with all that? Like, this is what we're playing. This is the live season we're in right now, guys. You know? So it'd be nice for us to just, go with what works. I mean, if the guys are hitting it, we don't need to try nothing out. That time's over. They missed that opportunity.
So we're talking with Mr. Negadelphia, brought to you by the Galloway Pool Service. He's joining us on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. All right, so we got to ask you a question about the starting rotation, okay? Because Ranger Suarez, he's going to start tomorrow. He's going to have his first start of the year, right? But Mr. Negadelphia, I got to know, should he be starting? Because Taijuan Walker is actually not pitched bad. He actually is top 20 in all of Major League Baseball among starting pitchers in ERA, a sentence I thought I would never say about Taijuan Walker. So if you have a guy who's top 20 in all of baseball starters in ERA, but you're going to say, nah, you're going to go with the bullpen, we're going to put Ranger Suarez in there, is that even a good idea?
No, it's probably not. It does stick to their consistency. If something works, that they don't want to keep doing it. Like, that is consistent on both sides, batting and pitching. They're like, But I mean, I think the other thing to focus on the pitching thing is like, we need closers. We don't need more people to start these games. I would like to see us have some confidence in some of these guys that are going to close out the games. I mean, as opposed to just looking at everybody, all big name starters that are getting the more of the clout there.
You mentioned, the bullpen a little bit. Listen, they've struggled throughout the year, but I do have a fun stat for you from Lachlan Marsh from the Inquirer. The Phillies bullpen has an 11-inning scoreless streak going back to April 30th. What do you make of that? I mean, they've been pitching well as of late there, Mr. Negadelphia.
Rewind a few days before that, and we had Romano letting up 8 runs in 6 pitches. It was like, sometimes, sometimes we get a little hot streak. Like I said, I mean, these guys, when they're on, they're on. And we're playing good ball, but when it falls apart, I mean, it really falls apart. It's not just, hey, we let up an inning or a run there. It's like the wheels fall off the car. We're literally sitting there like we don't know what we're doing. But I would say overall, gentlemen, I mean, the Phillies, it's a long season. We're not like in the worst. We're behind the Mets, which is, I mean, it's tough, man. Being in Jersey.
Well, the Mets are the hottest team since they beat the Phillies in London last year. They have the best record in baseball over the stretch from last year to this year. So whatever happened in London, the Phillies drank the wrong whatever, and the Mets drank the right one.
And for me, I just want to beat the Mets. And you know what I'm saying? Because that's the team that I hear about all the time from all the New York fans up in North. And it's so like, I just want to, that's the one team we got to, surpass here. It's like the rest of them, it's not as big. We beat the Diamondbacks and everybody celebrates like we won the World Series. It's like, no, man, like let's focus on the bigger teams here, man. We gotta win the big games here, not the little ones.
And it goes back to, Mr. Negadelphia, brought to you by the Galloway Pool Service. Can we talk about the fact, the man I hate the most in this conversation? I've been ranting and raving on this guy, and I got some people hating on me, PJ, who listen to this station, but I'm not going to let go of this point. And I'm gonna give my negative and fuel this fire here for the Mr. Negadelphia. I'm tired of the know-it-all Dave Dombrowski. I mean, this guy reigns from on high. Like, he's smarter than everybody. He knows better than everybody. And yet, frankly, I can only name 3 moves the man has made that have actually turned out. I would argue most of his moves have been either mediocre or haven't turned out. But yet this guy wants to keep telling us how they're a good ball club. I thought the definition of insanity was doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. So, am I wrong about Dombrowski? Because I'm blaming him for the state of this team.
I mean, at the same time, it's like, hey, look, are you really happy with what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Is what he's putting in working? I argue the other way. I say it's very inconsistent, and I don't know that we're building it the way that we should. So, I mean, this year it's a make or breaker here. You know what I mean? We got to put something up, or else we're back in the doghouse and rebuild. You know, we got a long road ahead of us if we don't. So, it's a make or break season for him as well. I would say. You know what I mean?
We have Mr. Negadelphia joining us here, Josh Hennig and Nick Earnshaw, live from the Cooper River Park, the Down and Derby Wine Festival here in Camden County. Mr. Negadelphia, I want to talk about the Kentucky Derby. You know, you chimed in, Derby Day. Do you have any bets? Do you have a favorite? Are you going with journalism today, the heavy favorite in this one? It's going to be a muddy track out there today.
Yeah, listen, so I'm a gambling man. I never go with the favorite, all right? You know, I mean, it's just not in me. You know, I don't care what the stats say or how many he's supposed to win. I always go with the long ball. I like Gambit. I like, Cole. I like the guys that are 30-1 or more. If you're going to bet on a race like this to make it interesting, you got to root for the underdogs. You know, you got it.
All right, who are you taking, and what do you have an exacta for today?
I do. I have one all built out. I'm about to place it in actually right after this. So I did a superfecta box.
He's ready to fire.
Oh,
I did. I went out like that. So I got Luxor Cafe, Sandman, Cold Battle for my top three there. Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, when we were looking at some of the guys and we were going through it, everybody that was 30-1, it obviously increases your bet. So if you try and get it perfectly, it really increases your odds dramatically. It's like going a parlay, So when I was telling my buddies when we played the bet, they're like, "Do you ever bet on horses?" I was like, "Only once a year," but but obviously they knew that from seeing my bet immediately. So don't be taking my advice at home. Don't be taking my advice too kindly. You know what I mean? Go with your own gut.
I mean, listen, two of the three names I'm fine with. It was the third name that made me almost fall out of my chair there, Mr. Negadelphia. I mean, listen, Luxor Cafe is the son of American Pharaoh. He's 3-1 on wet tracks. I mean, that pick makes sense to me.
You were telling me you were excited about that pick. 3-1 on wet tracks. The Derby's going to be a little wet today.
Well, you're not the only one with nuggets over here, okay, Nick?
You got some nuggets. All right, it's fine.
I got horse racing nuggets. I got PJ. I got a whole thing written up here.
You got chicken fingers. They're not nuggets. They're chicken fingers over there.
Are you calling me fat?
Highlight them. Make sure you post them afterwards. Let them know that you had the right fit, the right feed there. You know.
Well, if I don't remind anyone I made the right pick, then nobody knows, right?
That's right. You did right. That's right. You just show them afterwards. You tell them what it is.
Oh, my goodness. All right, we have been talking with the Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, sponsored by the Galloway Pool Service. P.J., appreciate you jumping on the conversation. We'll talk again soon, my man.
Sounds good, guys. Enjoy your day.
See ya, P.J.
That's the Galloway Pool Service. Not happy with your pool? Well, call Galloway Pool Service at 609-204-6939. In business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. And as always, Mr. Negadelphia, all guests appear on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. The second hour of the locker room being brought to you by Circle Liquor Store. Yes, your one stop if you're heading in or out of Ocean City. For over 83 years, Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, spirits in South Jersey. Just a stone's throw away from Ocean City, it's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly and Best of Atlantic City. With the most competitive prices around, Circle Liquors is now proud to sponsor the second hour of the locker room with Billy Schweim. So whether you're throwing a party or whatever occasion, maybe there's a Kentucky Derby, you want to go get that bourbon that you need for the mint julep, well, let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. The Circle Liquor Store. Tell them the locker room sent you.
All right, now let me tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate and appraisal needs, call John A. McCann and Associates at 609-263 7422. Whether commercial or residential properties for estate, tax, or financial planning, divorce or financing and more, the professionals of John A. McCann and Associates are licensed and ready to assist. Just call 609-263-7422. All right, Nick Earnshaw, Josh Hennig, live from the Cooper River Park, the Down and Derby Wine Festival, in for Billy Schweim today as he is down in Florida. You're listening to The Locker Room right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the Locker Room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the Locker Room sent you.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Here's comedian Howie Mandel for hands-free Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins.
Hey everybody, I'm holding a new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-in sneaker, and first of all, I barely know I'm holding it. It's that light. You see, Cozy Fit is a cool new sneaker where the upper is made of a soft quilted material. It's kind of like a little puffer jacket for your feet, except it looks like a super stylish sneaker.
Introducing new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins, the latest comfort creation from Skechers, featuring Skechers' new Contour Foam, a soft, cushy footbed that shapes your foot when you walk, softening every step.
Best of all, they have slip-in technology so I can just step in and go with no bending down and no touching my shoes. Once I start walking, this is like Contour Foam is hugging my foot, and normally I don't like hugs, but when it's my Cozy Fit's doing it, I'm all in. Hug away, shoes. Hug away!
You can find Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear happens to be sold. Nice spot, Howie. Give me a hug. Give me a hug, baby.
Oh, I'm being hugged.
The 80s Rock Tour, featuring hits from Foreigner, Journey, and Asia, is coming to Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City on May 16th. Relive the glory days with legendary artists Lou Graham, Steve Augeri, and John Payne, performing all of their hits, including I Want to Know What Love Is and Don't Stop Believing. Tickets are available at theoceanac.com. Don't miss out on the ultimate 80s rock experience at Ocean Casino Resort. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
And back in the 97.3 ESPN studio, Billy Schweim's not here. It's Josh Hennig along with Nick Earnshaw live at the Down and Derby Wine Festival in Camden County, filling in for Billy Schweim here on 97.3 ESPN. We are a very short drive from Philadelphia, Nick.
Yeah.
So it would be very inappropriate if we went through a 2-hour sports talk show and didn't mention the Birds.
No, we got to talk a little bit about the Eagles a little bit, right? Listen, I liked what they did in the draft. I think Howie Roseman knew going into this one that it seems like it was a weaker draft this year overall, but they added depth pieces, okay? And Campbell in the first round, I thought, was absolutely a steal. And the reason he dropped that low was really because of the injury. I mean, this guy was at the top of boards other than the injury. I think this is a steal of a pick for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think he's going to make an impact right away on the edge. You can utilize him in a multitude of different ways. And I think Howie Roseman just continues to show that he's levels above everybody else in the National Football League right now.
Yeah, that's kind of what Mike Mayock was saying on the Believe in Eagles podcast, former NFL general manager. By the way, Mike Mayock used to play in the league as well. People might not remember that. Here was him talking about Campbell, why he fell in the draft. As you said, Nick, a lot of it was the injury concern.
Jahad Campbell had a shoulder problem, and then he had some knee issues that cropped up and had some teams worried. That's the reason he slid, is potential concern about those injuries. But, how he reads the board, this kid is sliding right at him. He moves from 32 to 31, gives up a fifth-round pick, of which he had 4 fifth-round picks, and guarantees that he's going to get his guy.
And I think that's the big key to this, is that I've heard a lot of people, Todd McShay, I've heard Daniel Jeremiah, Mike Mayock mentioned it earlier. I've heard a lot of people talk about Jahad Campbell was the target, Nick, all along. And, the Eagles drafting their first linebacker in the first round since 1979. And it's amazing that this guy is way more than a linebacker, though. He can rush the passer. Some people are comparing him to Micah Parsons, but Brian Baldinger, he's the one who said that he thinks he's the best linebacker in the entire draft. So, to me, I think the Eagles, it's Howie doing Howie stuff again, right? Howie letting the draft come. Howie said it himself, Nick. He said 2 weeks for the draft, we're going to be patient. We're not trading up in the top 10 and top 15. He kept his word, and he got his guy.
Yeah, and isn't it funny that the Philadelphia Eagles signed a running back to a long-term deal? They took a linebacker in the first round of the draft this year. If you told me that, 2 years ago, I would have called you nuts. Howie Roseman would have never done that. And now they've done a little bit of a shift. And it just shows that they're willing to adapt to what they need to do in this league to stay ahead of the curve, right? And that's what Howie Roseman has continuously done since he got out of the closet from Chip Kelly. He has come back, reinvented himself over and over and over again, and reinvented his roster as well. The roster turnover at times has been quick, swift, and fast. And look at the defense. Look how young that defense is now. I mean, you have Campbell coming in this year. You have Nolan Smith, only a couple years in the league. Jalen Carter, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper Jean. I could go down the list. And listen, that's a little bit of a concern with some people. I understand that. They're very young. They lost some key guys, veterans like Darius Slay on the defensive side. But the fact they got young players, cheap contracts, that is huge for the Birds heading into the next couple of years.
Yeah, and the guy who might have been the biggest pick of the draft is the guy who's probably going to replace C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Yep. And as Greg Cosell explained on the Inside the Birds podcast, NFL Films Greg Cosell, the guy's been looking at film longer than you've been alive, Nick Earnshaw.
Yeah, there's a shot. There's a shot right there.
He explains that Makuba might have been the best pick for the Eagles in the draft. Take a listen.
I love Makuba. Makuba was one of my favorites. I mean, I like Emanwari at number one. I could make an argument that I like Makuba more than Starks. Makuba's twitchy, he's sudden, he's a really good athlete. He's up to 194 because he was 186 at the combine. Because at 186, that's a little small, but this guy is aggressive. He's a better athlete than Watts. I'm sure, I know they liked Watts too, but Makuba's a better athlete.
And the great thing with Makuba is, Nick, his last 26 starts in college, 0 penalties. He is way more disciplined than C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Nothing against C.J., but he had some, temper. He had some personality. He's a little.
He was a colorful guy.
He was a colorful guy, but Makuba is basically like CJ, but more disciplined.
Yes, and I like that pick too, and I'm excited because Vic Fangio gets to work with these young players. And listen, I brought it up on the Nuggets the other day about some of these young players, and I trust Vic Fangio to develop them. Now, they might get off to a slow start again, which every NFL team seems to do every year now, but there might be a couple of growing pains there. but you want to have young, fast, elusive players, especially in the secondary. I love that. And by the way, you know how positive we got since we started talking about the Eagles? I know the Phillies won last night, but we've been a little negative on the Phillies. I mean, for good reason. There's been a lot of problems with the Philadelphia Phillies this year. But when you talk about the Eagles, I mean, there's just so much positivity. I still grasp a little bit in that they won the Super Bowl. I know we've had to turn the page, but the draft, it just gets you even more excited heading into rookie mini camp, right? And then you head into training camp, and then in the fall, we'll be right here, right around the corner, and we'll be hanging a banner at the link.
You know, what's crazy is that, you know, for a city historically that went for so long without the Eagles even winning, right?
Yeah, I don't know that.
You know, well,
my lifetime. It's pretty good since 2000. That's pretty good.
You know,
pretty good.
Some of those years were just miserable. You know,
Thank
where
goodness.
you know people wearing bags over their heads. You know, it was almost like once they got out of the vet, things started getting a little bit better. But it's just for a city where, I mean, I remember when I was younger, it was like the Eagles and Sixers were trash, and the only teams anybody cared about were the Phillies and the Flyers. You know, and now it's like the Eagles are all day, every day. They are the toast of the town. They are the kings. They are the standard. And it's now we got the know-it-all Dave Dombrowski. We have the Flyers in a rebuild. We have Daryl Morey keep apologizing every year for everything he does wrong.
I thought we were going to go one show without mentioning the Sixers, and you couldn't do it.
I couldn't
do it. I don't even want to talk about the 76ers right now. I can't take them right now.
Well, let's talk about the Down and Derby Wine Festival.
Absolutely.
That's where we are at today, and we have a special guest coming up on the other side. Luke Cappelli is here. We're going to talk with him about this great event today. We are sitting here, filling in for Billy Schweim, right across from the river. I see all the wineries all set up here. By the way, thanks to Michael Snyder for helping us be out here and get everything set up. It's a great spot we have. We are down here for the Down and Derby Wine Festival here on 97.3 ESPN. Josh Hennig, Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim on the Locker Room. And the second hour of the Locker Room here on 97.3 ESPN is being brought to you by a landmark of the Jersey Shore, Circle Liquor Store. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. For over 83 years, they have offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly and Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. If you're throwing a party, maybe you need some bourbon for that mint julep you're going to make for the Kentucky Derby tonight, let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store. Tell them the Locker Room sent you.
All right, I got to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. You've got to get down to La Scala's. La Scala's Beach House in Brigantine opened a few summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites just like your grandma made. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, daily specials, and game day menu. I'll tell you what, I love that margarita pizza. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. Open Thursday through Monday, 1400 Ocean Ave in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. All right, Nick Earnshaw, Josh Hennig. We have the director of the Board of Commissioners of Camden County on the other side, Luke Cappelli, right here on the Locker Room, 97.3 ESPN. We'll be right back.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again, again and again. Call and again, again and again.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Hey, Nick Earnshaw here. Is your driveway or parking lot cracked, faded, or just looking worn out? Give it new life with R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. For over 14 years, they've been protecting driveways and parking lots with top-quality seal coating that lasts. Their expert team uses premium materials to seal, protect, and enhance your asphalt curb appeal and add years of durability. Don't wait for costly repairs. Call R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating at 609-513-4375 for your free estimate. R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. Seal today to last tomorrow.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from the Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them the Locker Room sent you.
Lowe's helps refresh your garden in time for Mother's Day. Right now, get 5 bags of 1.5 cubic foot Scott's Naturescapes mulch for just $10. Plus, select 1.5 gallon annuals hanging baskets make the perfect gift. Now 2 for only $15. The best garden starts with great deals. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/7. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase.
What's your name? Leonard Skinner. Live in concert. Sweetheart. Friday, May 30th, 9 p.m. Ovation Hall and Ocean Casino Resort. Celebrating 50 years of Leonard Skinner. Tickets on sale now at theoceanac.com. Leonard Skinner.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
You know, Danny Ryan just decided to play a song that's older than both me and Nick Earnshaw.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Josh Hennig, Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schwein in The Locker Room here on 97.3 ESPN. We are live at the Down and Derby Wine Festival here in Camden County. It's a beautiful day. The sun is out. The wind is blowing off the river. And, Nick, we got a special guest joining us right now at the table.
We do. We have Director of the Camden County Board of Commissioners, Lou Cappelli. Lou, thanks so much for sitting down with us today.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. Great show. Great show without Billy. So, what happened? He went to cheerleaders instead of coming here?
Yeah, he decided to go down to Florida.
Oh, I thought he went to cheerleaders in Philadelphia. No, where he is? Are you sure about that?
Well, that's like a wrong places only answer with that we had a few months ago.
No, apparently, so his daughter's cheerleading team is in the competitive championship round.
She's awesome. AJ.
So they're down in Orlando. Orlando is they have it every year. It's like one of the biggest cheerleading competitions in the country every year. So Billy's texting me and Nick at like 7 o'clock this morning. I can't believe there's like 10,000 people here.
And what I was shocked at, he was up before I was today.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, you probably didn't go to sleep.
No, he probably did not. He probably didn't. He's pulling an all-nighter. What, 63?
Something like that.
Yeah, he's in his 60s. He's old.
He's something like that.
He's a boomer.
But let's bring it back home here to Camden County. Obviously, Lou, the Down and Derby Wine Festival is a great opportunity to not just bring the community together, but it's also a great opportunity to showcase some of the great wineries down here in South Jersey.
It is, and let me tell you, the New Jersey wine industry just continues to grow. Not just the number of wineries, but the quality of wine continues to get better year after year. They're starting to win competitions throughout the nation, and it's just been great to have them as a partner in this event.
when you think about, because you mentioned, all the great wineries in New Jersey, and I was mentioning earlier in the show about how, people don't realize the soil in New Jersey is very unique.
Yep.
And it's because of that New Jersey they're not able to produce wine, but you can argue that the wine produced in New Jersey is better than probably 48 states in the country, and it's one of those deals where people, unless you've had a local winery in New Jersey, you don't realize what you're missing.
You're absolutely right. And the other thing on top of the soil, Josh, is the fact that we have almost the same weather pattern as the Bordeaux region of France.
Mm-hmm.
So you combine our soil with that weather pattern, and we're able to produce some great wine. And I'd say outside of California, we probably make the best wine in the nation. It's important to actually visit the wineries, though.
Yes.
Because frankly, the wine that a lot of the wineries sell in the liquor stores in New Jersey isn't necessarily their best wine. A lot of them keep their best wine at the winery and sell it there. So really important to visit New Jersey wineries.
Yeah, and you see in front of us, we're at the Cooper River Park.
Yes.
They're getting all set up.
Great.
I'm getting excited, man. It's been awesome.
Billy and I grew up literally right across the river from where you're looking
how about
right
that?
now. Well, I grew up. Billy didn't. We used to fish here. Do all kinds of things on this river.
Oh, man.
It was a great childhood.
And
it's a great setting. Listen, I also want to give a shout out to Team Camden County, led by Frank Philippek today and Mike Billingham. This is just great work by our county employees putting this together. They're second to none.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were here last year. We're here again this year. It's a beautiful day. But there's a race today. There's a reason we're having this today, right?
What
the
an
Kentucky
interesting
Derby.
race. Yeah.
Tell me just your general thoughts. Could be a little muddy out there. Do you have a favorite? Do you have any bets you've been placing?
Oh, yes,
Lou?
yes. I've placed bets already.
Ah, there you go.
Now, the more New Jersey wine I drink, the more I will place.
Oh, okay.
Right? I mean, I do see journalism as the best horse in the race. I just think he is shown to be the best horse, the fastest, the strongest, and he's got a perfect pole position of 8 that gives him a good position in this race.
8 pole positions. There's 9 winners since 1930 in the Kentucky Derby.
That's true. And I like Sovereignty as well. I think this race lines up very well for Sovereignty, and his pole position, 18, lets him do what he does, which is hang like behind the pack, and then he has the strongest kick to finish. So I see him finishing second. And American Promise, I love American Promise. Started off 30-1 this week. I wish he was still at 30-1. I think he's 12-1 today. But American Promise started off as a long shot. He also is a strong finisher and continues to get stronger with each race. They're my 3 horses.
By the way, Sovereignty, Sovereignty won Churchill Downs this past October. So,
right.
You're talking about a horse that, and listen, I understand that for some people they don't understand this, but Lou, I know something that you and Jeff Nash have talked about in the past, which is confidence for a horse and the jockey. Sometimes just winning a race can be a difference. And, for a horse like Sovereign or even like a Luxor Cafe that's 3-1 on wet tracks.
Well, let's talk about that horse because, since I saw the weather forecast, I went back this morning and looked at the history of each racehorse. And Luxor Cafe, American Pharaoh, American Pharaoh, has a very good record in the mud. So I'm thinking of including him somewhere today in these bets.
At some point.
Yes. So when I go home, I'll take another look before I drink wine.
So we had Tony Black on, legendary jockey.
He was great on this show. Oh, my word. I want to have lunch with him.
He let us know his picks today. He had Journalism, Sovereignty, and Sandman. Those were his 3 horses.
Yep.
React to his.
Well, the only one I don't have is Sandman. But I don't see Sandman being good enough to compete with these horses. That's my gut feeling, but I can certainly understand his pick of Sandman.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Sandman, that's going to be an interesting one to see how he handles the dirt and the mud today.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Josh Hennig along with Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim here in the locker room on 97.3 ESPN, live at the Down and Derby Wine Festival in Camden County. We're here with Lou Cappelli. Lou, I want to know from you, because I mentioned this with Jeff in the first hour. So, Bob Baffert. I say he's the greatest villain in sports.
He is.
What is your take on the man, the myth, the legend, Bob Baffert's return?
Thankfully, one of his horses was scratched, but Citizen's Bull is still in, and it's a horse to watch. And you can't ignore Baffert horse, quite frankly. But he's in the number 1 pole position, and that's a very difficult position to be in the Kentucky Derby with these many horses. So, for Citizens to have any chance, he's got to get out quickly and early and maintain, be a front runner throughout the race, or he's not going to do it. But you get squeezed in on that one position, man. It's not easy from there.
Post 1 has not won the Kentucky Derby since 1986. Nick Earnshaw.
Really?
Is that a nugget or a chicken finger? Which one is that?
Well, according to you, I'm fat, so I guess it's a chicken finger.
I never said that. I never cared. You're putting words in my mouth over there, Henning.
And listen, I did watch Sandman in the Arkansas Derby, and he clocked it, right?
Yeah.
But the competition in that Derby wasn't as great as the competition in this race. But you can't rule out Sandman. You just can't.
You know, a comment that Jeff and Tony Black, Jeffrey Nash from Fast Lane, Handicapper.com, and the legendary jockey Tony Black, they both made in the first hour, Lou. They talked about speed.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about how the horses that have the speed, they get out early. And sometimes getting out early can set the pace, and the other horses, they might not want to see that dirt kicked back at them.
Especially the mud, correct. But the horses like American Promise and Sovereignty, they don't mind sticking back. That's what they do. And then they have these strong finishes. So if it's a real fast pace in the beginning, I think that plays into Sovereignty and to American Promise.
I saw you and Jeff were on Fastlane Handicapper. You guys are YouTubers now.
Listen, Jeff's my mentor. Jeff deserves all the credit. He just is so passionate about horse racing, and it's definitely some of it is I've picked up on.
Tell me about your guys' discussion on the YouTube channel about heading into this Kentucky Derby.
It was awesome. We went through each race. If you go to FastlaneHandicapper.com, you can see the video. We gave our perspectives. It was very fun. And, Billy and I, we grew up here, and back then Garden State Racetrack was here, right? And we used to sometimes have open study hall. They called it back then. You guys are way too young to know what this is about. And just leave and go to the racetrack.
Nice.
And bet at Garden State Racetrack, and then maybe not make it back to school.
Maybe get back to school. It's optional at that point. I want to switch gears before we get out of here. We've been talking a lot of Phillies as well with the Derby today. Phillies won last night. We've been kind of negative. I can't lie. We've been a little negative on the Phillies as of late. I just want to get your thoughts on the top of the lineup. And we've been talking about, I was down at the game on Wednesday, got the chance to ask Rob Thompson about Bryson Stott in the leadoff spot. Can you talk to me about your thoughts on the way they've handled the lineup this year?
I like it. I mean, listen, they're an inconsistent team.
Absolutely.
At the plate. And that's just how they're made up. So all we can hope for is this inconsistency is enough to get them. They're still good enough to get into the playoffs, which I think their pitching is good enough to get them into the playoff. Listen, they've done what they've done so far this year without Bryce Harper. He hasn't done anything yet.
Nothing.
So once he gets hot and that gets contagious, watch out. I think what we've learned from years past is you got to be hot in September and October. I'm not so worried about right now.
What's been interesting with Harper is I've just noticed, and I haven't looked at the whiff rate or anything like that, but it just looks like he's missing on breaking pitches
He is.
a lot
He is.
lately. And I just don't know what it is. I think he's just in a funk to start the season. Yep. Beautiful weather here at Cooper River Park today. Yeah. Hidden season's on the way. I think we'll turn it around. Do you agree with that?
I agree 100%. Once he gets hot, that turns the whole team around. And here's my biggest concern so far this year.
Let's hear it.
Fielding.
Yeah.
They are giving teams 1, 2, 3 extra outs. And I was there Thursday night that Bryce Harper lost the game for him.
Yeah.
They didn't score many runs either, but there was 300 runs that night out of 4.
I think so.
Yeah, and the thing with the defense is it's like deja vu 2022.
Yes,
right?
remember
2022, Dave Dombrowski kept saying, we're going to out-hit our defense. What do you have to do? You have to go get defense.
Yeah,
you have to go out and get Sosa in March to improve the defense. So it's like, now it's like 3 years later, and here we go again.
And Rojas just looks terrible out in the field.
Except for last night.
Yeah,
last
night, you're right.
He saved them because Cal Stevenson, I don't know why he needs to get in the lineup. There's
Neither
no reason for Cal Stevenson to be in the lineup. I'm glad he made the defensive adjustment because Johan Rojas saved him in the game last night. He's been a trip this whole season.
I hear you.
Now, can you watch him bunt anymore? Because I can't.
No, I can't.
I physically cannot
Do
stomach
not give him the
him
bunt
bunting.
sign. Nope. Bryce Harper bunts better. He saw Bryce.
It's true. He was a great bunt the other night.
I don't know if I want him bunting either.
No,
but,
I don't either.
But Johan Rojas has been 3 seasons. I can't watch the guy bunt anymore.
No,
He's been hitting
terrible.
great, but the bunting, it's got to stop. It's got to stop, Josh.
They miss Richie Ashburn in spring training. That's all he used to do was teach bunting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, at least Richie would. Well, the weird thing about Richie was I remember he talked about years ago about how like he would tell the hitters they have to catch the ball on the bat.
Right.
You know, a lot of these guys, they try to poke at it. You know, they try to poke at the ball. It's like, no, you gotta let the ball, you catch it with the bat. That's how at least we were taught when we were younger. But, poor Nick's probably the last generation of anyone taught anything in sports. So.
Listen, all right, I also want to bring this up because we didn't talk about it earlier either with the Phillies. Will Brandon Marsh even make it back to this roster?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Do we? He has not been great at the dish.
Yeah.
He hasn't even hit right-handed pitching this year.
Really
He got
off.
hurt. I mean, he hasn't been that great down in the minors, and Rojas has been fine out there.
Yeah,
you can live with it.
I think we need to trade for an outfielder before the trade deadline.
I agree.
I agree.
I think Cedric Mullins was the one that we brought up.
Yep.
But he's left-handed.
But he's a left-handed bat. If you were just right-handed, he'd be perfect for the Phillies. And we were talking about that on the Sports Bash yesterday, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I've said it numerous times, Lou, like on my show during the week here on 97.3 ESPN. At some point, Dave Dombrowski needs to just admit that the roster isn't good enough, and he's got to be aggressive.
Yep.
You know, when the Marlins won the 97 World Series, when the Tigers got the 2 World Series with Dave Dombrowski, when the Red Sox won the 2018 World Series, it was because Dave was aggressive at the deadline.
Yep.
I'm tired of these little deal here, a little deal there. I need Dombrowski to, grab an energy drink like Nick Earnshaw and pick up the phone and show a little bit more chutzpah when it comes to chasing down to improving this team.
Yeah, you guys might be too young to remember the Pete Rose pickup back in 1980 to get him over the top. I think we need a move like that this year to get us over the top.
And it's funny because Dave Dombrowski was known as an executive to trade his prospects, and he has not done that. They have not traded Nate Miller. They have held on to Andrew Painter, who's probably going to be up real soon. And they have Justin Crawford down there too. So I mean, he's been holding on to these guys. At some point, if you're going for a World Series, maybe you have to trade one of them.
No doubt about it. This is the year to go for it. These guys aren't getting any younger.
No.
Their contracts are, pretty high. This is the year to make something happen, and I think, some star outfielder needs to come in.
Lou Cappelli joining us here on the Locker Room. Josh Hennig, Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN. Lou, appreciate you joining us.
Thank you so much. CamdenCounty.com for all the summer events this summer. Great lineup this summer.
And come out here, the Down in Derby Wine Festival. It's a beautiful day. Don't let the wind coming through our microphones deter you, folks.
That's beautiful.
It's a beautiful day out here. It just happens to be where we're sitting. The wind is like we're in a direct line of the wind. So, but otherwise, it's a perfect day for an event like this. You're right on the river. All the wineries are getting set up here. It's going to be a perfect day to celebrate the 151st running of the Kentucky Derby. He's Nick Earnshaw. I'm Josh Hennig, filling in for Billy Schweim here in the Locker Room on 97.3 ESPN. The Locker Room second hour is being brought to you by an Ocean City landmark. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's Circle Liquor Store. For over 83 years, they have offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly and Best of Atlantic City. With the most competitive prices around, Circle Liquors is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, maybe you need that bourbon for those mint juleps for the Kentucky Derby tonight. We'll let Chet and the staff make sure you have everything you need for your next party. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store. Tell them the Locker Room sent you.
All right, just about everyone in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia Eagle Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract 200-plus top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or call 856 912-4007. All right, Nick Earnshaw, Josh Hennig filling in for the Schweiner today in the locker room right here on 97.3. We'll be right back and to wrap it up.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, we'll look back at the Phillies weekend against the Diamondbacks and start to look ahead to their series down in Tampa against the Rays. Mike McGarry takes a look back at the weekend, plus football at 4 with Jeff Mosher, Knicks Nuggets, Ryer Cy, all that and more. It's all coming up on Monday's show.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemick. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemick sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Oh, tasty high note. Oh, hi, don't mind me. I'm practicing my new baritone sax. I just heard PayPal's paying for people's stuff every day for 100 days, and there's 10 million up for grabs. All you have to do is use PayPal checkout online. So there's never been a better time to buy a few things off the old wish list. Like this leaf blower! PayPal could pay for your purchase. The Great PayPal Checkout.
No purchase necessary ends July 18th. See official rules at paypal.com/thegreatpaypalcheckout/terms. Participating merchants only must use PayPal checkout online. Coverage of up to $100 and eligible purchases per card.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning? RV wins! Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast? RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
I need some more information why Danny Ryan chose this song. Danny Ryan is pressing all the buttons, playing all the music today, as Billy Schweim is not. He's not even in New Jersey.
No, he's out of state.
He's in Florida with his daughter for cheerleading competition. Josh Hennig, Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim here on 97.3 ESPN. Danny, jump on the mic. So what was the point of, what is it, Leslie Gore we're listening to?
Fleetwood Mac. We're going back to the 70s today, baby. Come on.
Fleetwood Mac.
Wow.
I mean,
wow, that's a bad job by you.
It's a bad job by me.
Doesn't sound like you hate it, though. I mean, it seems like you're enjoying it.
To hear.
I mean, solid work. I mean, the Jackson 5 was better choice.
I did go from rap to all-out 70s right after that, so it's kind of a wide variety today.
You had a variety. That's all you had. You had a variety. That's all.
Exactly.
Oh, man. So we are here at the Cooper River Park in Camden County, down in Derby Wine Festival. A lot of fun. It's a beautiful day. Get down here if you have an opportunity. It's a great event. They're going to have live music. There's all types of wineries set up, different tables. You can taste. You can try it out. Going to be a lot of fun over here for the Derby today. And it's been a lot of fun to today, Josh, broadcasting from here.
Yeah, and listen, it's one of those deals where it's like last year wasn't that great of a weather.
Yeah, it was a little rainy.
This year it's so much. It's like night and day.
Yeah,
difference.
don't let the wind fool you into our microphones. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, and listen, Tomasello Winery's over to my left. We got across from me Auburn Road Vineyards. We got Saddle Hill, Chirot over there. Wagon House Winery. I mean, this is like, if you want to go out for a beautiful day in Camden County and just hang out, enjoy the fresh air, because that time of year, right? You got to start getting outside again, Nick Earnshaw.
Oh yeah, it's hitting season, like we talked about. Hitting season's all on the cusp of happening here in the Delaware Valley. Hope the Phillies can get the bats moving a little bit. By the way, tomorrow we got a full youth movement.
Yes,
in the locker room.
You, Danny Ryan, and Andrew Leeds, the trio of the youth movement. Without me, without Billy Schweim, the show's gonna be good.
Oh, it's gonna be something. That's for sure. It
quick.
might go off the rails tomorrow.
All right, really quick, because we're running out of real estate. Danny, jump on the microphone. So you've been listening the last 2 hours. Does Danny Ryan have a favorite for the Kentucky Derby?
Honestly, I do not. I'm not big into horse racing. I'm not big into betting when it comes to Kentucky Derby. But I might have to do some research and get myself up to speed by the time the Derby hits.
All right, my favorite. I'm going journalism. I'm going with the favorite. Like the name, it's pretty cool. That's kind of some of the stuff we do. We do a little Big J journalism around here.
I'm going to go with Luxor Cafe. I like the 3-1 record on the track. If you're asking me for a trifecta, I'm going to go Luxor Cafe, sovereignty, and journalism.
I like it. I like it with the trifecta.
All right, thanks again, Jeffrey Nash, FastlaneHandicapper.com, the legendary jockey Tony Black joining us. Thanks to Lou Cappelli for joining us. The Negadelphian P.J. Corda joined us. Thanks to Nick Earnshaw for his help getting me set up today. Thanks to Danny Ryan back in the studio for pushing all the buttons. And thanks to all of you listening on 97.3 ESPN FM and checking us out on my YouTube channel at Josh Hennig and following Nick Earnshaw on X. Have a great weekend, everybody.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Are you a driven sales professional with 1 to 2 years of experience? Whether your background is in auto, motorcycle, cell phone, B2B sales, or any other field, if